Pinch harmonics, I'm going to teach you how to do them. This video is going to be a complete guide on everything you might need to know about doing a pinch harmonic, what they are, how to do them, how to practice them by yourself, and just anything you might need to know. First I'm going to explain what a natural harmonic is, and then I'm going to transfer that into pinch harmonics just so you might get a little bit better of an understanding on how a harmonic works in general. For a natural harmonic, there are specific frets all along the fretboard that do them really well, way better than others, and some of them just can't do it. A really popular example would be the 5th fret. So we're going to use the 5th fret as an example. If I'm going to pick the G string, just like I normally would, take my pick and pick the G string, and then with my left hand, my fretting hand, if I lightly hover my finger right on top of the string, it's going to make it this sound. So it's not enough to mute it. The way I'm holding my finger, not enough to mute it, but just enough to barely mute it. So that's what causes the string to vibrate differently and cause that high pitch sound. So how does that make sense with pinch harmonics? Pretty much pinch harmonics are the exact same technique, but instead of using this hand, instead of using your fretting hand to mute the string, you're gonna use your thumb. So you're gonna pick and mute with the same hand, which is your picking hand. So if you think about it like how I just explained how to do a harmonic, it's the same technique, but with one hand. So if I'm gonna do a pinch harmonic on the 3rd fret A string, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick down like I normally would, and then pick through with my thumb. There's a lot of different really simple factors that go into a pinch harmonic, one of them being your pick and the way you hold it. I use smaller picks, so I use Oltex Jazz 3s. Everybody can do them with any size pick, it just depends on your technique of doing it. The way I'd recommend holding your pick is like this. So you see the tip of the pick right there? Make sure there's not a lot of space in between that and your thumb. That would make it easier for when you're picking down for your thumb to also hit the string. If you're holding it up here, it's going to be a lot harder to get your thumb to hit the string right after than it would be if you're holding it down here. Another really good tip is if you're going for pinch harmonics, always keep your pickup on the bridge pickup. It's way more high output, a lot easier to do it like that. You can get them with the neck pickup, but it's not going to ring out and it's not going to sound good at all, so definitely bridge pickup. Another good tip is put a lot of gain on your tone. You can get them with not a lot of gain on your tone. I don't use a ton of gain on any of my tones. I still get them pretty good. It's way more clean and they sound way better when you get them when you have a high gain tone, if that makes sense. So definitely try to put as much gain in your tone, but don't make it muddy when you're trying to do it. A really common misconception with pinch harmonics is you have to play a certain gauge strings to do them. You do not. I prefer to do them on smaller strings, which is what a lot of people don't like doing. I play 10s, 10 gauges on my Strats, and on my Explorer back here, my Les Paul, I play 10s through 52s. So both different sizes on the E string, and I can hit them perfectly fine on both size strings. It does not matter. It also doesn't matter what tuning you're in. I think that down-tuned strings are significantly easier to hit pinch harmonics. Some people think the other way. Just try out what works best for you and see how you can do it. Humbuckers also help a lot. You can definitely hit pinch harmonics on single coils. It is possible and it is pretty easy to do. They're not going to sound as good as if you try to go for it with humbuckers.